We have this equation P equals 20 sine 2 pi t plus 110, which models the blood pressure after t seconds. In part A, we determine the blood pressure after 20 seconds. That is, we plug in t equal to 20 into the equation P and find the blood pressure. So we get P equals 20 times of sine of 2 pi and then replace t by 20 plus 110. So let's evaluate this, and this equals 20 times 2 pi times 20 is 40 pi. So it is sine 40 pi plus 110. Now remember that the value of sine 2k pi, this equals 0. K is an integer. So sine of 40 pi equals 0. Therefore, we get the blood pressure equals 20 times 0 plus 110, and this equals 0 plus 110 equals 110. So we have determined that the blood pressure after 20 seconds equals 110. In part B, we determine the maximum and the minimum blood pressure. So the blood pressure equation is a function of a sine function, and so therefore the maximum blood pressure will be observed when the sine function reaches the maximum value, and the minimum blood pressure will be observed when the sine function reaches the minimum value. We know that the maximum value of a sine function equals 1. And so plugging this 1 into the equation for P, we get P equals 20 times of the maximum value of the sine function is 1. So we replace the sine function by 1 plus 110. And so this gives 20 times 1 is 20 plus 110. And so this gives 110 plus 20 is 130. And this is the maximum blood pressure. Now, to determine the minimum blood pressure, we consider the minimum value of sine function, which is -1. So let's plug in -1 for the sine function into the equation for P. So therefore, we get P equals 20 times of, replace the minimum value of the sine function, that is -1 plus 110. And so this equals -20 plus 110, and this equals 90, and this is the minimum blood pressure. Therefore we write maximum blood pressure equals 130, and minimum blood pressure equals 90.